Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of me programming daily. Today on the agenda, drakon renderer again. Let's transition to the code view. Now, during the last session, maybe you remember if you've joined and if you watched it, I finished preparing B paths produced from DC paths. And now it looks like we're finally ready to address the issue with markdown not being correctly rendered for paths where a loopback exists. So that's a mouthful. So I hope you have your coffee or tea or whatever drink of your choice is ready. And let's dive into the code. Maybe you remember during I think it was last session, we produced this pull request. Pretty happy with this. Let's see what CodeRabbit AI had to say. I'm going to dismiss all the comments on Markdown for now. And notes. Yes, potential issues. CodeRabbit AI seems to be very opinionated on these files that are just auxiliary. Comments are good, but you know what? This is self-explanatory. I don't really need to leave a comment here. And logging will have a chance to add a little bit later. So for now, let's just prepare the main branch. I'm happy with the code as it is. Let's get it merged. We're already on the main branch. So let's get ready for today's issue. Let's call it B paths or down fix. And let's go to the code. Let's change the theme to something a bit darker. So where we want to be today is show balanced paths. Let's try to format it. Let's see what happens. I believe the method we should be, all the habits die hard. The function that we should be interested in today is this. So let me just, it's not this. It shouldn't be closed yet. Okay, so this is the issue I'll be working on today. We need to make sure that path 1 gets nothing or some sort of icon to represent nothing, and path 2 gets a 6, or it gets an icon identified by number 6. And I think we have the issue right in front of us. Let's test it. let's quickly try to revise what this function is doing. So the max column index is column in our case is this sort of slice. So column would be icon 1, and also icon 3, icon 4, icon 5. So this is reopened. So max column index and format icon row index is a function, okay? So the function does this. We drop column index of a certain row. Also, we already have a case for nothing. So this should really work. So let's do a manual test. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. And let's see what this produces. It worked. Perfect. So this is what we need. Would it make sense to replace this minus 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 with an emoji? Probably. Let's see. Yeah, I think it just looks a little bit better, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to alarm anybody. This is critical stuff. We need to look it up. Of course. So sometimes picking up a good emoji is a critical part of your job. We should just normalize it. How do I indicate that something is missing, but not in an alarming way? Negative square. This looks non-threatening. Looks good enough to me. Now, we did a 4 here. There was a function. maximum. I think this should work. Oh, and not to spam the terminal with too many symbols. Oh, sorry. It looks like somebody's at the door. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back. It looks like OBS is working again. Where was I? Oh yeah, I wanted to limit the amount of output we generate. So this is good. Let's delete that file. Let's run it. Oh yeah. This works, but it's pretty long, so let's format it maybe. Okay, that's a bit better. it run, I think. Let's see this markdown. Looks solid. And it looks good. So let's PR the change. Sorry, this was actually a bug. All right, so where do we go from here? We should wait for CodeRabbit AI to review the code. And now let's see how much time we have. It's still a little bit of time left. So let's start thinking about the next steps. This we can close. Now, these two issues spring to mind. Correctly linked new valent points and layout engine to leverage the updated list of icons. Well, we can't forget that these diagrams oh no, not the real life. This guy. See, we do have valent points inserted here, but they are not linked to the parent and they are not linked to any dependence. And also, they all reuse the same ID, or name in our case. I think the next sensible thing to do would be to focus on this issue. So I don't want to start anything bigger today, and I think this has the potential of being a bit bigger. So let's just supplement this issue with some more explanation. Or let's not forget, we implemented markdown for a reason. This is still uploading the screenshot. It's okay. We don't have to worry about that because presto. This is one of those moments where one is really grateful that one has done something in preparation. So where we want this to go is this. Question 2 no longer has, question 2 or icon 2 no longer has icon 5 as its dependent. So we need to remove it. But it has icon 0 as its dependent. And this is where the complications start, because all new valent points are identified as 0. So we would have to change that. Let's call those valent points V, and then let's give them index. So icon 2 has two dependents. Icon 2 has two dependents. Icon 3 and icon V1, which is a valent point. And valent point will have one dependent, which is valent point 2. And naturally, valent point 2 has one dependent, that is 5. And now we see the icons are correctly linked. Now, however, before this can be implemented, we need to come up with unique identifiers for valent points. So this is 1-to-1. Let's start that issue. Okay, so this is our new issue. This is going to become our next focus, issue 139. And let's see the what? It just approved the changes. Okay. So since we still have a little bit of time today, let's maybe take a quick look at how these unique identifiers could be implemented. now that I think of it. I recently checked out this repository. I'm not sure how I came across this, but it looks like it's already, It's already a repository that defines a dockerfile for a Haskell development environment. And it seems to be well maintained. But if you take a look at say Slim Buster or Slim Debian, because this is what we use here, you will see a lot of things that are just not being used here on a daily basis. So this environment variable, I'm not sure if we need it. This is Debian. Debian, we use Alpine. All these packages are probably needed, but they're using stack. And the way it is installed is it certainly requires a lot more attention from the reader or consumer. In our case, the environment the Docker file is way easier. And it could serve Haskell newbies a little bit better. See, these days, I probably wouldn't be the first one to use Stack. I would just stick to Cabal. So we might come up with pull requests here to propose this Docker file and this command. X11, yeah. This definitely doesn't need X11. Let's see pull requests. What did the community prepared? What did the community prepare? Cabal 3 days ago. Debian 11, Windows support, Alpine support. Oh, okay. So they're doing something like that, just on Alpine and with Stack. And this is work in progress. Let's see if there will be appetite to go with something like this. And that's it, really. Ages is probably an exaggeration. Okay. That's great project. And the amount of effort and dedication it must have taken to produce all these scripts reliably. That's unreal. Kudos, gents and ladies. All right, but where were we? Let's see if we still have a minute today. Oh, we still have a little bit of time. So let's maybe take a look at how we could provision those unique IDs. So we returned this map. So just to indicate for the future reference how this could work is I'm going to change the return type here. To a tuple of a map, an int, the int indicating the last used index. So we have the insert. And for now, let's not increment the index. Let's just have one int here, and this will indicate the maximum used index for new valent point. Slice map is, I believe, only used in one place. Here, so here we just say first. Sorry. And that will be a good indication for the next time where to start. Do await. So now let's revisit the we could ideally use a markdown file that has valent points injected. Run script. Oh, but you know what? I don't really feel like doing this today. We have the hook present. Oh, maybe let's just another one. Let's just add another one. That is the slice map should get the next first available valent point ID. Let's not use this for now. Oh, it doesn't have to be a tuple. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so this is preparation for the next session. So I think we'll be finishing this session for today. We've implemented the markdown fix. We can now correctly document using markdown what the balanced paths would look like. Now we just need to do minor tweaks in how to connect new valent points with user-provided icons. There'll probably be some layout fixes while in the B paths, but we'll get to all of that. And finally, once we're done with B paths and valent points, we should figure out a way of incorporating the new valent points into the final rendered diagram. That will be probably the focus for future sessions. For now, though, I would like to thank you for your attention. And it's a lot of fun working on this project. I wonder what feedback we get from the docker-haskell community. If they don't want the change, it's understandable. It doesn't have stack and it's not really aligned with what they are doing. Still useful though, I do believe that. So if we don't get any feedback or the feedback is negative, which is fine, we'll probably start a repository with that dockerfile and that startup script. Who knows, maybe somebody finds it useful. I certainly have been working with that for a while now. Right, enough of me rambling. Have a fantastic Friday, everybody, and enjoy your weekend ahead. And I'll see you next time. Bye.